You're looking quite obtuse. Don't pick on him. Not everyone's perfect like you.
I know, right?
So today we're going to talk about types of angles, naming angles, and angle relationships. Let's start with the types of angles. Check out these types of angles. 45, 75, 30. They're kind of small, not so big. They're cute. So we call them, and they are less than 90 degrees. We call them acute angles. From the word cute, they're less than 90 degrees. The next one is, whoa, exactly that square. That square means it is upright. When you're upright, therefore, you're a right angle. That square is a clue that it is a 90 degree. Exactly 90 degrees. So I call that my right angle. The next one is went beyond the right angle. So 116, 105, 112, 94, 168. It's greater than 90, but less than 180 degrees. It went over obtuse angle. Next is exactly 180 degrees. It could be horizontal, vertical. It could be vertical, horizontal, or diagonal, any way it is. But it's exactly 180 degrees. It is flat. Therefore, it's a straight angle. Straight, diretto. Another type of angle went beyond the 180 degrees. Okay? So this went beyond. So that was 180, but it went over 224, 255, 246, 192, 266. Greater than 180 degrees, we call it the reflex angle. And the last one went around. It's not necessarily an angle. Exactly 360 degrees is a full rotation. All right, so you could pause this video, answer the following. Then once you're ready, we will check the answers, okay? Now here are the answers. Obtuse, acute, right, acute, right. Even though you don't see that square, you know, just by eyeballing it, it's right. Obtuse, acute, reflex, obtuse, obtuse, reflex, and straight. You got it perfect? Good job. Next, naming the angle. There are different ways to name an angle. You could name it with a vertex. You could name it with a point on each ray of the vertex. Or you could just use a number. Now, this is an example. When naming angles using 3 points, the vertex must go in the middle. For example, this you want to use the simple vertex, angle A. That's fine. This angle means angle A. We want to use 3 letters. I could use angle BAC, BAC, or the opposite of that, the reverse, angle CAB. As long as that A, that vertex is in the middle. Okay? As long as the vertex is in the middle. They mean the same. You could also use a number. Sometimes your teacher will write a number inside the angle. It doesn't mean that's 1 degrees, but they're referring to angle 1, which could be any degrees. Angle relationships. Angles joined together or not joined together, they form a relationship. Just like people. I'm so close to you, we have a relationship. Sometimes I'm not so close to you, but we still have a relationship. Bad though. Anyway, so angle relationships. Check out this angle. A line and another line. They're intersecting. They form 4 angles. They form 4 angles, but guess what? These 2 angles are called something. These 2 angles, by the way, they're the same. 46, 46, 134, 134. 2 angles across from each other on intersecting lines. They are always congruent, meaning they're always equal. We call them the V's. That V, see, look at that V, gives you vertical angles. Vertical angles. Think of this, vertical. That angle and this angle, they are always congruent. They're across each other. All right, the next one is a line, and there's another line here. There are 2 angles involved, and they form a straight line. This angle plus that angle, straight line. This angle plus that angle, straight line. This angle plus that angle, straight line. And they're sharing a common side. All right, so you call that 2 angles that are adjacent, meaning they share a common side and are supplementary, We'll talk about supplementary later. And they form a straight line. A straight line, you call them a linear pair. Linear pair. A pair that forms a line. And with a common side. This is another relationship. 70 and 20. Add them, what? 45 plus 45. Add them, what do you get? Even though they're separated, they don't have to share a common side. 80 plus 10, they add up to, oh wow, same. 53 plus 37, they add up to, they add up to 90. Whenever they add up to 90, we call them complementary angles. Say that again, complementary angles. Next, angles that add up, but not 90, they add up to what? 60 plus 120 is? Yes, 180. 40 plus 140 is? Yes, 180. Whenever they add up as 180 degrees, I call them now a supplementary angle. These two angles share a common side. They are side by side. And they also share a common point. Common side with a common point. They share a common side, but their points are not common. Not this. So, and when your apartment is beside, apartment A is beside apartment B, they share a common wall. You could say they are adjacent to each other. Same with the angles here. They share a common wall and a common point. We call them adjacent angles. Next, pause the video. Try to answer the following. You can zoom it if it's too small. Now the answers. Ready? Adjacent, vertical, adjacent, adjacent, linear pair or supplementary. It could be adjacent, adjacent, linear pair and supplementary, vertical, adjacent, complementary, supplementary. All correct? Good job. If you got it wrong, it's okay. We're getting there. Now, use the figure at the right to answer each question. GA is perpendicular to EG, meaning GA is perpendicular to EG. EG, meaning they form a 90-degree angle. Okay? So, name two acute angles. There could be a lot. But I could say FEG, FEG, and CGD. CGD. See? One across the other, they are vertical. Name two obtuse vertical angles. There's another pair, but they have to be obtuse. What did you get? EGD, EGD, this one, can you see that? And FGC, FGC, this angle and that angle. See, across each other and congruent. A pair of adjacent angles, there's a lot. This one and that, this and this, this and this, this and this, this and that. A linear pair, two lines, two angles that form 180 degrees. There could be various answers. Let me just give you one example. EGF and FGC. Okay, this one and that one. Complementary, they add up to 180. We know a while ago, this is perpendicular, so this angle and that angle, they add up to 90. And you have it there. Supplementary, FGC or EGD. Got it? All right. What have you noticed about these angles? That square tells something, they add up to 90. So they are complementary angles. So if one is missing, so what do? Yes, simply subtract this angle from 90 degrees. So the first one is correct. The second one, 90 minus 31 is 59. The next one is 90 minus 37, 53. The next one is 90 minus 52, 38. Got it right? Good job. Now, what have you noticed about this? It's a linear pair. It's supplementary. They should add up to what? 180 degrees. Good job. So if I have a 92 here, what shall I do? 180 minus 92 is 88. 180 minus 60, 120. 180 minus 61, 119. 180 minus 28, 120, 150. 180 minus 28, 152. 180 minus 52 is 128. 180 minus 121, 59. Got it? Now, this is kind of tricky because it will involve algebraic expressions and equations. So, make an addition equation based on the relationship. Look at that. That means it is complementary. So, they add up to 180. All right, so we know that. Let's start with it. Complementary, they add up to 90. Therefore, let's add them. So, 3x plus 7 plus 56, I get a 90. Are we good with that? Once you got an equation, simply solve for x. So, to solve something like this, you should know how to solve two-step or multi-step equations. Remove the parentheses, so therefore 3x plus 7 is plus 56 equals 90. Then I could combine the like terms, which are the whole numbers. So 7 and 56 will become 63. I bring down the 3x. Okay? So I need to get rid of 6. So I need to get rid of 63. I need to subtract 63 on both sides. 3x equals 27. I need to isolate x, divide by 3 on both sides. I get x equals to 9. So the value of x that makes it correct will be 9. How do I check? Substitute that. 3 times 9 equals 27. Add the 7, you get 34. Now add your 34. This angle is 34. Add it to 56 and you get a 90. I'm sure I'm correct. Now, try the next one on your own. For the second problem, let's try this. Oh, they're complementary. So you're done? This is the answer. Got it? If not, correct it, okay? Now let's try another example, but not with the complementary angles, but with supplementary angles. How did I know they're supplementary? Straight line, linear pair, supplementary, they add up to 180 degrees. So let's start with that. They add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, add them. So this expression plus that expression is 180. What's the next thing? I remove the parentheses. When I remove it, I can combine like terms. Combine the ones with the n, combine the ones without a variable. So that becomes 12n plus 12 is equal to 180. Subtract 12 on both sides, I get 12n equals 168. Next, I divide by 12 and I get n is equal to 14. Substitute, is it correct? 4 times 14 is equal to 56. Add the 22, it's a 78. That's for this. You're 78 degrees. Now, there's another n here. Put it in. 8 times 14 is 112. Subtract the 10, you get 102. To check, add those two, you get 180. So correct. We're good. Now, try the next one on your own. So, you done? Now, this is the answer. So that's it. Keep on practicing.